Peace, Chung Fu.
Blessings and peace to you, ones. Welcome, welcome to our virtual gathering. Greetings to you. May the living spirit that is within all things come forward and bring you the light and elevation of your higher self to illuminate your mind, to bring you positivity of thought, clarity of perception, to see through illusion to the reality, to the wonder of who you truly are, to bring to your heart love and joy beyond reason, beyond physical limitation, beyond emotional, deep inner challenge, to bring to your heart resilience for this path that you are walking, that you have all elected to walk here in the physical world, this path of bringing the light to the earth, into manifestation, and finding indeed so many places that need this light, and bringing to your body the strength and stamina to hold this light in your body, to be the light giver, to be the warrior of the light, and all that that means of strength in your subtle bodies, that then of course enhances your physical well-being, stamina, immunity, and helps you have the connection into your soul reality, and allows you to develop that body intelligence that knows and keeps you safe. And so we give thanks and we honor the living spirit within each and every one of you that comes forward to create within you deep understanding that is beyond the mind. And so that is really what I want to talk about with you today. How do you create for yourself expansion so that you can reach the place within that is beyond the mind, so that you have, in that sense, the connection, the alignment. Of course, we've talked about you opening your chakras, talked about you developing an awareness in all your centers, chakras, and how to know whether they are open, how to spin them. All these things are very important for you, because in order to manage the situation upon the earth at this time, which is partly why you chose such a challenging time as it all is for you all, and that was so that you would learn to bring your soul energy to light up your physical, emotional, mental body, because that is what ascension, if you like, is all about. Your evolution into the next frequencies available to you, depending where you are and your experience at this time. It will be different for each being, but perfect for you. And when I say that, you could look around and say, what's perfect about this situation? How could it possibly be perfect? And yet it is. And so it's very important to remember that divine presence is holding all that is happening, that there's nothing happening that isn't in the eye of Goddess God. There's nothing that can happen in the universe which is not in the control ultimately of divine oneness presence. Having said that, that is at that very high dimensional level, 10th dimensional and above, where divine presence resides, and that isn't somewhere else. That's in your 10th dimensional being. So you may not be aware of that part of yourself. No, that's right. You become more and more aware as you develop yourself of the incredible potential of your being for expansion, for evolution, and for raising the frequency of light that you are. So if you think in terms of light, that is my subject for today. Psychic protection, which is all about the light. It's all about intensifying the light. If we use an example, you have those dimmer lights in your world, and you can turn it right down to be so relaxing, and no light at all, really just a dim light. It's very relaxing, it's beautiful, but you can turn that light up to be so bright. Everyone says, turn the light off. Whoa, it's too light, it's too bright. too bright, turn it down. You turn it down. So you can turn your light up and you can turn it down. So just for a moment, just feel inside yourself, because you can sense whether your light is turned down and you're just in a very gentle, nothing too dramatic going on. You don't need too much light. We quite like the sort of, not darkness, but we like the relaxation of being able to just relax, and there's no, hang on a minute, there's something I need to see, so I'm going to turn up the light. I'm going to turn it up because something here I need to see and understand. I need more light. And so you start to develop, and some of you already developed, you understand what I'm talking about. You come into action, you turn on your system, you turn on the lights of your own being, because you are the light. You're made of light, and you can turn up the switch. You can turn it up till it's so bright that it penetrates through everything. There's nothing you can't see. And if you can't, if you don't feel you can see it, then understand that you have guides and helpers. As soon as you intend that light to become incredibly bright, then they are going to help you to hold it there. Even if you don't yet have the power to hold it at that brightness for a long time. If you have the will and you intend that brightness, your guides and your beloveds and angelic beings and ascended beings, they will be there with you. In that sense, holding your intention and helping its manifestation. So what matters is your will, your decision, your intention. So psychic protection, your will, your intention, your desire, and your command is that you want to be safe in your life. Let's face it, everybody here, there's no one here who wouldn't want to be safe in your life. You want to be safe. You want to be protected. You don't want to be worried. Thieves at the door, robbers, people with nefarious intentions. You don't want anything to do with them. You want to be living in your light domain and in charge of it. You want to know, when I say secure my body, heart, mind, my being, secure me. Great divine beings, ascended beings, I call you in now, and I'm going to expand my field. So I have to think then about the beings who dwell in the expanded field. It's like saying, I'm coming into your world. Can you bring yourself into my world? I'm raising my vibration. I'm raising the frequency. Understand that the beings in the higher realms, they're totally telepathic, instantaneously telepathic. They don't think, oh, they're all off on holiday having a nice spiritual cup of tea. They don't mind about me. They're just off, bathing in some, Caribbean high spirit beach somewhere. No. No, it isn't like that. Your guides and helpers, they are 100%. And I did say 100, not 99.5, 100% yours. They are working with you. Now, when I say all the time, you see, all your time and all the time that you, in that sense, are embodied upon the earth, because there are other time-space realities where you have other experiences with guides and helpers or beings that you know. When we're talking about the time on earth that you need their presence here with you. So you have decided to do a meditation because you wish to protect yourself. It might be for a future event that's, quite soon, or it might be that you're starting to prepare yourself for a big challenging event, or you might just feel challenged in the now and really feeling pressed in upon, pressurized. You might be receiving a threatening type of energy or a fear-mongering kind of energy that you're feeling is getting into you. It's kind of getting into you inside. It's in your heart. And actually that is really what we're talking about, psychic protection. Because you may have your home well insulated and locked down. You've done work to make sure you don't have any dangerous spirits or beings, as in incarnated beings, in your environment. but you want to know that you can rest easy, and you understand there are a lot of, well, we'll just say questionable presences in the astral plane, doing things that you don't want anything to do with, and you want to protect your psychic space, which means your light body, your astral body, your mental body. You see, because you understand they're different. They are realms in themselves. And what may be happening to you, it might be physical, might be emotional, might be mental. Feel where in you right now you might feel a little challenged in your life, where there's difficulty, where you have maybe conflict, perhaps different opinions coming into your mind. Well, they think this and they think that, and they believe this and they believe that, and I don't know what I believe. I believe a bit of that and a bit of that and a bit of this. Oh, it's really confusing. And what's happened, and that's very intentional at the moment, this confusion that's being perpetuated, is that you're not fully in, and you cannot protect your field unless you're fully present. So for a moment, just be aware if there is any confusion or doubt or fear in your body, heart, mind. Just breathe into it for now. Just be aware. Just come into an awareness. No judgment, just an awareness. These elements you're aware of, they are in you. They've sort of, they've entered somehow, or they've come up from inside you. So the first thing we're going to say is, we're going to call in all the helpers. We're going to stand in a space that is a sacred space. We're going to make that space even more sacred in our mind, heart, eyes, on the inner plane, by naming that there are directions, that there are spirit beings in all the directions, and each of you can name them in the directions that are right for you. Call in the spirits of the east, south, west, north. Call in your guides. Feel yourself standing in the center of that circle, just feeling, and don't have those directions too close in. Have them on the periphery of the area that you are envisaging that you wish to protect. And that area can include, it can include a town if you wish, or a country. It can also just be your home, and it can also just be you wherever you go. So make a decision today. I am going to give you, in a sense, the visualization, and you can expand it or contract it. And I'm going to work with just your person today, but you can expand it in all the ways I suggested. And when you get really good at it, you can also transfer it to someone you love. You can actually, in that sense, create your protection, and you can, if you like, almost bilocate it. You can lift up the whole grid of it and send it to someone. But we're not going to do that today. So, breathing, feeling these places that you may have become aware of, or subjects that cause you confusion or conflict, anything that's coming up for you at the present time, relationships, the world affairs, your own health. Just be aware. And feel as though you are kind of presenting that in the center here. This is what I'm clearing now. And feel the light coming in from above, and the energy and the power coming in physically from the earth, meeting in your heart and radiating out into this circle that is your field of light, your auric field, your light being. Just breathe into that for a moment. Letting go consciously clearing your field right now for this moment, and letting all of that content, anything you've brought in, be presented for that light to dissolve it, to come in. So you are in that sense just bringing that out of your body. The light is a solar fire energy coming in, and it takes hold of that content, and you can just watch it kind of dissolve. Do 3 breaths like that, where you just bring whatever subject it is, everything, anything at all that you have any doubt about. If you don't worry. If you want to just strengthen a part of your being, you can bring that here, and that light comes in, penetrates into you, it strengthens you, and it dissolves anything, even what you don't see, that's in the way of you gaining strength, personal power in this moment. And once again, 3rd time, breathing in, and you breathe up the energy of the earth, the power, the physical grounding power, and you see the light coming in from the crown center, and you feel your heart presentation of what you want dissolved, any weakness, fear, pain, anything that's blocking or troubling you, or that you feel around you pressing in. You almost pull the essence of that in and show it, and you feel it dissolving and dissolving your experience of how that in any way affects you. It doesn't, it's being dissolved. And now start to build. You're going to build a field of light. You're going to actually bring color that is going to fill up this field of light. Many of you have done it before with me. So first of all, we're going to spin all these chakras and feel them energizing the whole field. So first of all, red at the root, let it spin and fling its energy all the way through. So you're going to create rainbows in multi-dimensional layers. So they will arrange themselves. They will end up being rainbow rays that are just spinning out to the edge of the field. So then the orange center, the hara, the sacral center, again, spinning it, sending it all the way around the field, behind you as well. You know, you've seen circus people spinning those wonderful hoops. Well, spin them like hoops around you. So you're filling the field with energy and light, and you are very aware of this dynamic field. It's not motionless. It's not just lovely light. It is wonderful light, but it's a spinning, dynamic, electrical field that you're creating. And this also protects against electromagnetic dross energy that it gets spun out as you spin the chakras. So again, coming into the solar plexus, the feeling of the gold and the sun, and as these solar energies are present, they spin that. You can see it almost shining in the solar disk as you spin this solar plexus center. That is very important, because that is now giving a lot of power to your heart, to the love center. These two, well, of course, all your centers are, in that sense, love centers. But this is important because when you feel challenged and afraid, the heart starts to kind of contract in, and you want it to actually expand out. The remedy, in that sense, for challenge or what's causing you fear is more love, more presence, more light. So as you come up to the heart center, it has gold in it and blue in it. That's the gold of the solar plexus, the blue of the throat, and of course it's green. So all these colors, and you're creating these wonderful rainbows. And again, feel your heart. And sometimes I feel the heart wants to kind of slow down and rotate around the whole circle, almost as though it's kind of going around, checking all the boundaries right out to the very edge, which would be further probably than your hands can reach. And it slowly goes round. Then as it gets confident of the boundary, it starts spinning up, getting faster and faster and rotating around you, and then coming back, feeling the center of your heart. By now, you should be feeling pretty expanded and quite rather happy, rather joyous, rather what a good feeling when you're sitting in the middle of such an energized zone of light coming up to your throat. And here I would recommend that you activate the throat with a bit of sound. It doesn't have to be, the entire wondrous oming, but it can be a sound that you make that just causes this center to open a little more, then a little more, and a little more. And in the sound, you're spinning the blue light, but it's like it's beautiful, it's like ocean, the Mediterranean Ocean. It's moving in swirls. Feel that. Do it in your own way. Enjoy. As it comes up, this is the joy. You are the joy. The light creates joy. You are the manifester of this light. And you can't help smiling when you get up here and you feel this beautiful energy spinning. And you realize, I am queen, king of my domain. I am the living spirit within. I'm the living embodiment of this light that I am. And you start to feel an emancipation as you come up and now into the third eye. And again, it's a deep color, it's the violet of the crown center and the blue of the throat center again coming together. And as you open up this, we call it indigo, and it is this beautiful, there's a depth to it, the silver light in it, and just feel you are enjoying the expansion. And at first just open, feel you're opening almost French windows. And as you do, this center, it starts to move, and it goes back and forth. It goes, in that sense, round you. It's spinning, and it's always spinning clockwise in this particular way that we're creating this particular field and spinning. And again, this third eye is following the trackway of this the circumference of your protected field. And breathe. And as these centers, they're still all spinning, and what's happening is your whole field is getting electrically charged from source, because the colors, they're not just random. They are frequencies. As we go up through the frequencies, we're now at the crown center, and this is the violet. This is the beautiful violet light. And this crown center is, what's happening is that there's an energy coming right the way up from the root, and it's going up, and it's in that sense embracing, and it's in another dimension. So the crown center is bringing the light in from your higher self, and that light is now going to spin around the very edge of the field. It comes from, in that sense, it encompasses everything that you have created right around the field, spinning on the edge, again, clockwise, but it spins very, 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 very fast all around the edge. And then it comes into your heart. Just for a moment, feel that alignment from root all the way through up through the chakras, all the way to the crown center, expanding right up to the white light center. The energy has come in, and you are now sitting in this beautiful field of white and golden impregnated colors. So the colors of the rainbow are, they are in all sorts of configurations in this field. This field now is very energized. There are many beings present, because this is it. You have created an environment into which high beings, high frequency beings now, they start to come in, and you can feel them. It's almost like, when a theater fills up and there are various tiers, and beings sitting in various places, and look out into your field and understand that there are beings now. You have called in from your higher self, and your higher self is a composite being, a vast oversoul being. And there are many aspects now from that high place, if you like, that divine place, that come in with your higher self. I could go in deeply into that, and I'm sure you understand me. Try to just feel it right now, allowing yourself to enjoy all the beings who come in your expanded field of light. This light shines so brightly. It attracts many other angelic beings who come on the periphery, and now they stand and they will be there guarding the periphery, because they treasure these experiences that you create. Like in your world, you treasure a work of art. They are beyond value. You, as working, spiritually evolving beings, you are like a work of art, a treasure beyond value. You are treasured in the spirit world, because you are creating gateways for the light to pour into the physical realm. And the physical realm is very beloved of the creators and of the ascended beings. And so you are precious. And in this way, as you present yourself and bring that light in and create this space, you can know pretty much immediately that you're protected. But we're going to do one more process. And this is also, you know, for your heart, your mind, to be able to see and visualize rapidly when you need to. So now you have got a field full of light. But what we're going to do now is connect your heart to basically three layers, the three layers of blue, gold, and white. Or we can see transparent mirror energy at the edge of the field. So I just want you to understand that this contains all those colors. And what is happening is we're putting an extra layer close to the physical. That is the blue orb. And this blue orb is containing the physical, emotional, mental, these bodies that are close into you. We're going to add this layer now. Now the other colors are traveling through it. And so it's a mobile, incredible, beautiful field now. And now we're going to protect the body, literally with an egg. You're going to see it almost as though you could pull it out. You could, you know, it's a substance. You can sort of paint it around you. You can, it's got an energy to it that you could almost touch. It's substantial blue cosmic light presence that is also got a viscosity. It's got it's you could almost feel it, and it's in the physical. It's right there with you. Just feel it. You gotta get it right round your feet, get it up behind you. You know, sometimes you have to kind of ask one of your guides, can you make sure that's covering my whole back? All the way down. You're putting this beautiful protective layer very close to your body. And then see it about 2 feet out all around you. Expand it if it's a little too thin. Get it all the way around you, all the way up over your head. You're protecting your physical, emotional, mental being. Then the gold. There's a whole field of gold around that. That's about a foot wide. You know, it's quite, maybe that's 18 inches or so. I don't know exactly the measurement, but feel it again and again. Substantial. It's, you can almost taste it. You can certainly feel it. You know, you can put your hand in there. It's a bit, it's not sticky exactly, but it's viscous. It's got substance, and you can pull it around and make sure it's the right shape all the way around you, and there's no gaps. You're making this. This is a creation. That's it. It's very close to the physical. It's in the astral plane. It's It's a real substance. The more you make this or do this practice, the stronger you get, and the stronger the field gets, and the stronger the magnetism to the high beings. And then right on the edge of this field, now you have got several layers now that you're going to be working with, because you have got the very edge, the field, which I explained, you know, your heart center went around, and then your third eye went around the very edge. And that's where, you know, if you had some workmen or women working with you, you be constructing, you're making this entire layer of mirrors that face outwards, but they face in every direction. They're actually, they're also multidimensional. They are existing in several planes now of existence, of physical, astral, mental, and spiritual. These mirrors now are protecting the whole creation, because this is a work. This is a work of art. This is a creation. You are creating this in the astral plane. It's a reality. Eventually, you can just arrive and put it on, and just, that's it. I have my, you know, it's in. I'm inside. I just literally, once I create it, it's done. And so you have it there. And those mirrors, again, make sure they go, you really do see them. Remember, every time you create a vision, it's a reality, all right? So you creating those mirrors. They are diamond shaped. They are many different shapes, and they're all facing in different directions, but especially all those directions are aspects of, in a sense, outward. They are the actual mirrors facing outward all around your body. And then come back and sit in that. And when I say come back, you didn't go anywhere, obviously, but with your attention, come back and feel what that feels like. And in your mind's eye, you know, when there's some bad weather and the wind's bashing at the window panes, but there's strong window panes, so it's all right, the wind can bash away. And then there's a storm, and it's a thunder and lightning, and it's all out there, but the window panes are strong. The mirrors are strong. The field is strong. And whatever's storming and thundering out there, you're safe inside this creation of yours, which belongs to you. It's yours once you create it, and you do it every day, or you do it when you need to. It gets stronger every time. You can put it up in an instant. If you find yourself somewhere, something going on that you don't like, you come inside and you put up that protection. Nobody really knows. You're accessible absolutely to the people who love you, and that's how it needs to be. It does not prevent any love or light coming to you, but it certainly does send the message of unavailability to any forces that are likely to hurt you, invade your peace, create problems or harm for you. Blessings and peace.
Blessings and peace. Peace, and my Shungite decided to go on walkies then. Apologies for that. Okay, just see if we've got any Q&A. Chat. So yeah, Matt's asking if this will be available after. Yeah, this will upload after we've gone, after we've stopped going live. Matt says, hey all, this is perfect timing. I'm needing protection. Been using the blue, gold and mirrors, but at times still feel burdened by others' problems and energy.
So the spinning of the chakras, beloved, that's what clears the field. That clears the field, the rainbow light, just getting them to spin and really clearing the field, letting them spin all around you, and you're just clearing the light, and the different colors clear different levels of where you may have taken in something from others. Peace. and then you put the orb around.
So it doesn't look like we've got any questions.
Oh my goodness. Good.
I might ask something. So if you have done this psychic protection practice, does that mean it's easier for you to discern your own emotional content, you could say?
Well, that's right, because when you upgrade the light, that's what happens. So you have to understand that if something is coming up in you that you maybe thought was, outside of you or coming from, but actually you do all that work and you still got that feeling inside, then you have to do another kind of work. You have to go in and maybe work with your inner child or with a wounded part of you and go deeper into that process. But what should happen with this is that anything that you've absorbed from outside that this isn't part of you, actually, it's something that's somehow entered in. It's not coming from you, but but you're holding it, and it's disturbing you. It's interrupting the flow of your well-being and your peace. Then that's when it's actually outside of you, as you might say, in another person or another spirit or something like that. That's when you can clear the field in this way, and work on this protection. And then if there's something left after that, then we have to talk about that again. Peace.
Derwell says, can you speak about the energy of Yeshua and how it might be affecting us this weekend?
Well, beloved, Yeshua is beyond time, but of course responds to mass prayer. And there's a lot of mass prayer going on at the moment in many different countries, even countries, in fact, that don't have official, if you like, Christian religion, that there are beings connecting with the Christ light and very aware of the being of Yeshua having carried that light. And so coming at it from maybe a different angle, but still very aware of the presence of the Christ light that's showing up all this darkness and difficulty and pain and misery, actually, and loss, grief, rage. And this is the time for the return of the Christ light. And Yeshua knows absolutely that now it is the time for many beings to carry this light. So this being, this archetypal being, who's no longer really known in the sense, even though the word Jesus and Yeshua, and they are used to name and call, and of course, therefore, this archetype is reached through that name. Yeshua is, in fact, bringing through the understanding that each being now it has the opportunity to evolve, to ascend, and to bring that Christ light in. And so that is much more what's happening, that as people open up and pray for change, for healing, for light to enter in and expand out, he's coming into people, bringing that light in personally to people that are willing and ready to carry that light. And that's really what's happening. It's quite an intense time for that, actually. Peace.
Peace. Well, that's all we have for questions. There's no more questions.
Peace, beloved.
I'd just like to say to all of you, perhaps you've stumbled across this video for the first time, and maybe you've heard a couple of others as well, and you haven't subscribed. We would love if you subscribe to our channel, help the channel grow. Give the video a like, and once this live has uploaded, come back and listen again, practice it again, this meditation, and drop us a little comment. Tell us how you loved it, anything that you experienced, or any sensations, or anything at all that you'd like to comment, really. Any blessings and love you want to bring to the Chung Fu channel. And to also say that we have 5 courses available for you to study with Chung Fu. If that feels good for you, there will be links in the description of this video once it's uploaded. And yeah, the Rainbow Warriors of the Light course is definitely a course that would fit this type of meditation. So just wanted to tell you about that. And yeah, keep coming and being with us. Keep growing the Temple of Light with us. And thank you, Chung Fu. We love you.
Great love to all who are here now and anyone who comes forward later. Blessings and peace to all. And may the Christ light shine within you, the light that is the source of creation, the power of the solar logos. We can say it is rising again. And even though there is great suffering that we are mindful of at this time, and many beings carrying that suffering, remember, it's the light that's shining that is the Christ light, in that sense, the light of the new creation that's coming through you, and allow that suffering to be a gateway into your, in that sense, resurrection as the symbology of this Easter time in your world, and realize it's you going through this, and this rising of the light. This is your, in that sense, Dharma, your action, your creation. And we give thanks for that creation. We give thanks for every one of you who is willing to work in this way, bringing the light through, radiate it in the world. And we give thanks for that light shining and that love that emanates from the solar source. Blessings and peace.